Homies! I know you guys like the Arabia music today. I do. I actually like this song. It's funny. Alright, fellas. Yo! Alright, enough music. Song's almost done anyways. Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. We don't know what day it is. Shit. Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday. It's all the same shit. Anyways, what's going on, guys? We got some volatility this morning. Bitcoin had a pretty decent sized move to the upside and then just got kaputted back down before the PCE data today. So we'll talk about that today. The big thing is the looming Blackrock ETF. I know I don't know how to feel about it, right? I don't know how to feel about it, but that's also what we'll talk about today. But obviously right now the news is good, and you might think that is a good thing. Sometimes that worries me when the news just seems so good. Sometimes that makes me a little bit cautious. But what's going on, Fahid? Dan, Marcellus, Hamilton, Frank, Mike, when belly dancers. Oh, by the way, guys, before we get started today, if you want to join the Fantasy Football League, get in the Discord and join the league. We need 6 more peeps in the league. All right, so get in, join the league. We're going to have the draft on Sunday morning, right? So make sure you get in that league. In the Discord, you'll see Fantasy Football section. Get in the damn league, man. All right, get in the damn league. I have to shill it. That's the only thing I'm going to shill today. I ain't going to shill the like button. Unless you want to hit the like button. I ain't going to shill anything else, all right? Unless you guys want me to shill something. I can shill Mac Jones because I know the Pats are going to beat the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, besides that, get in that Discord, join that Fantasy Football League, bro. Because it's football season, baby. That's the most bullish thing right now is the football season, man.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
That's it. Look at the robots dancing like some Saudi princes. They're trying their best. Anyways, let's talk about it, guys. So, a little bit of a liquidation morning today. We kind of came up, took out all the over-leveraged shorts. Everyone went bazo long, probably thinking that some type of news is about to come out. And we get sent back down, and we take out the long. So now we're right back where we started the morning, starting fresh like it never happened. All right? I mean, both sides got taken out this morning pretty nicely there. I mean, that was the scammy wick of the scammy wick of the scammy wick. But yeah, both sides taken out. Basically, this is how this morning went. Come on, the Bitcoin, do something. Oh, it's pumping. We must be getting the Blackrock news. They're front running it. I will go long. What the? Oh, we are dumping. It was a fake out. I am going short. That was pretty much the morning today. But, besides that, we're still kind of just waiting. Still sitting at the same level that we were for the past few days, right? Really not much going on. Clint's sponsoring the Fantasy Football League. Holy shit. Max said, smash the likes, not your best friend's mom. Oh, nice. Interesting take, man. Crypto Shock, what's up, bro? Good to see you, buddy. All right, so Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a move down this morning. Maybe we'll get some action today, guys. A little bit of a move down. I think the Bitcoin critical level that I'm watching, and I think we can all agree. Obviously, when you get a news pump like this, you have to be a little bit cautious when, it seems like everything is good, right? It's almost like when it seems like everything is bad. Typically, that sort of marks lows. And then also when it seems like everything is really, really, really good and nothing could go wrong, and we're about to get imminent ETF launches and imminent ETF approvals, you have to be a little bit cautious, because I've seen this before. And we know that, back down at these lows, we were looking for a squeeze up to the bull market support band. That's exactly what we got. We got a nice little squeeze up to the bull market support band. But you can see that, as of now, there was no follow through. It was just kind of a news pump. And since then, we've kind of slow bled back to the downside. I think the level that we want to see Bitcoin hold.
Should I buy? I need financial
52K, what should I buy? I need financial advice. I ain't giving you no financial advice, man. Listen, if you want my honest take, if you were to buy something today, okay, I'd be buying BTC today. Because I know that, if you don't have a good sized Bitcoin bag, if you already have a Bitcoin bag, you're happy with that stack, you want to add something else, that's a different story. But if you're just trying to throw something in that's probably going to get you the most gains, as soon as possible, and you had to buy something, it'd probably be Bitcoin. Just because if anything is going to be bullish about this market, it's going to be Bitcoin at the moment. It really ain't going to be anything else. Anyways, besides that, but that's my honest take. That's my honest take right now. When Moon, seriously, I've been waiting for 2 years. Felipe, we know we're not getting Moon until 2024. Stop listening to videos that are telling you your altcoins are going to 20x soon. They ain't going to 20x soon. All right? You might get small moves up, but this is the accumulation year, okay? Don't get your hopes up for Moon this year. It ain't gonna happen, right? Bitcoin, crypto does the same thing every single cycle, okay? We are expecting the bull run to be in 2024 and 2025. The move that we really want to see, not the little BS moves that you typically see, 30, 40%. We're not in the crypto for that. For the real move, we know when it typically happens, all right? So if you're getting depressed that the move's not happening right now, it probably ain't gonna happen right now, right? It is what it is. We know this, right? I mean, it is what it is. You might get small moves up, but we're in this for the 10, 20, 30x moves. We all, that's what we're in crypto for. It's not worth the risk for a small move. It's not. If we were just in this for 30% moves, I wouldn't be in crypto. It's pointless if that's the case. Anyways, so I think that the critical level is 26.8. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my rant alert for the morning.
Rant alert.
That's my rant alert for the morning, man. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus flippin' H Christ! When's this bull run gonna happen? Oh my Lord, I've been waiting 2 years for this shit. I know Bitcoin's on a 4-year cycle, but I'm getting impatient, right? I know, Christ, man. 2024, I want it now. Christ, man. I know it usually happens on the 3rd year of the cycle, but I was expecting it now. That's how it is, man. Don't get it in your head. Get it in your head. Bitcoin probably ain't going to break all-time highs. If it's anything like the past, it probably ain't going to break all-time highs until the end of next year, right? That's how it's always been. So if you're expecting something sooner and it happens, great. But if you're expecting something sooner and it doesn't happen, you kind of just let yourself down. Get it in your head, right, that Bitcoin typically doesn't break all-time highs, right? Probably won't break, if it's going to be like the past cycles, probably won't test all-time highs until like October of next year, right? So we're talking about a year from now. It's not that long, actually. But I would be prepared for that if it's anything like the past. If we're looking at, this is the halving, we come up, October, November of 2024 is when we're looking for Bitcoin to break all-time highs. And then that's when usually altcoins start to run like the U-want, right? So we're looking about a year from now. Seems like a long time, right? I know it seems like a long time. But that's what this market does. It needs to extend out and get you super, super bored. ADA for a better tomorrow. Boot said, I think patience is one of my better attributes. Dude, I have the patience of a freaking saint. That is definitely one of my biggest attributes is patience. I have the patience of a god. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I have horrible attributes too. I have multiple personality disorder. Sometimes I get mad for no reason. But I'll tell you this. I got the patience of a god. Mike said, I can finally succumb to Clint's pressure. Bought Tesla today. That's what I'm talking about, Mike.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Anyways, let's go back over here. So 26.8. That's the previous range that we were in down here. If we go back down here, let's go back down here. So this previous range, let me just get rid of this. We had between 26.8 and 25.2. I think in the short term, it's going to be very important for Bitcoin to hold above these range highs at 26.8. We don't want to be dipping back in there. If we dip back in there, which we haven't done yet, right? So we're just kind of talking about the possibilities. If we dip back into this range in here, it seems very likely that we're going to be coming back down to test that low again. But above 26.8, we can hopefully have some, this is just some type of retest until we break back below. We break back below? Oh, man. Then we're just kind of retracing the entire pump we had 2 days ago. And it ain't looking too good for us, fellas. It ain't looking good for the bulls if we start dipping back below into the range, right? Especially on top of when you dump on good news. So when you get good news and then it just instantly sells off, that just tells you the market is bearish as shit. Just tells you the market is bearish as an AF if that happens. We haven't done it yet, right? So we still kind of got this whole Blackrock thing. The Blackrock ETF is Saturday. Okay, so we have today, Friday, and Saturday. I highly doubt that anyone in the government is working on Saturday. So I highly doubt it. So I'm expecting some type of news today or tomorrow on the Blackrock stuff. I highly doubt it's going to be Saturday. I just can't see them making that announcement on a Saturday. Could be wrong. Maybe it's Saturday. But I'm expecting that some type of news, right? Whether it's a postponement, an approval, or a denial, which it's not going to be a denial because Grayscale just won the case. I would expect either approval or a extension, either today or tomorrow, and that's going to be the real kicker. Because if it gets approved, dude, this thing is going to shoot up in the short term, right? Absolutely fly in the short term. If it gets postponed, I don't know what to expect if it gets postponed. If it gets postponed, I would probably expect this to be like a 2019, right? Where if it gets postponed, you probably just end up dribbling back down and we end up just kind of like slow bleeding back down to like 25K if it got postponed. But we'll see, right? A lot of interesting factors coming in and things that could change the market, right? You just don't know. You just have no freaking clue what's going on. Oh, come on.
But John, you don't understand. The ETF is bullish. Okay? You don't understand. You see what happened with XRP? Oh wait, we dumped on XRP. Oh, it's bullish. Get it through your thick skull.
Oh man, you gotta love the market, man. Anyways, when it comes to the news, guys, just play the chart. Play the chart, because so many times, how many times have we seen in the last year, right? Where we get bad news, everyone's bearish, and then it pumps. Or we get good news, everyone's bullish, and it dumps. We've seen this like I've seen this playbook a million times this year. That's why I'm being very cautious right now, and I'm not going full moon boy mode, because I've seen the XRPers go full moon boy mode when they won the case against the SEC. It pumped for a day, and then just absolutely got kerplunked. You know what I mean? So, you know, I've seen this playbook before. That's why, for me, in the short term, I'm not going to be over in the moon boyish, because I'm seeing a lot of moon boys on the tubes. A lot of moon boys on the tubes talking about this ETF. And it just sounds like, to me, and I could totally be wrong. And if I'm wrong, cool. I'll be happy if I'm wrong, because then Bitcoin's going to pump and we all make a shitload of money, right? But if I'm going to be honest, I think the whole ETF thing in the short term sounds like a retail trap to me, where it sounds super bullish and it gets all the YouTubers and Twitter people talking, right? And then you just dump because it's really not going to do anything in the short. And I don't think you're going to be seeing Apple and Google buying Bitcoin in the right now because you have ETF. I just don't see that yet, right? Long term, I think it's bullish, but obviously we'll see. The Jordan filter. True. Alex. What's up, Alex? Good morning, bro. Good morning, man. Good morning, bro. You heard a little toot-toot through the mic? There you go. Now you really heard one, man. What's going on, the awkward farmer? Why are you an awkward farmer, man? Farmers, I feel like a farmer can't be awkward. You got that like country accent. You're like, yeah, I'm about to mow some corn today, bro. I don't know how you can be an awkward farmer, but apparently you are. Apparently you're an awkward farmer, man. It's all right. I'm awkward too. I'm super awkward, man. I feel like I'm one of the most awkward people that I know. Right? Maj, am I awkward?
You are. What about me?
Oh, you are too, yeah. We both are. I feel like everyone thinks they're awkward. Who thinks they're awkward in the chat? Who thinks we're awkward? Most of us are probably... Listen, most of us that are still here, we're probably like introverts at heart, right? I don't think an extrovert is still going to be in the chat. At this point, they're out doing something else. You know, I feel like all introverts think they're a little bit awkward. We all do, man. When BTC hit 15K, it was a great time to buy. 6 months ago, it was a great time to buy. It was 18K cheaper. That is true, Soto, but we got to talk about it in the moment, man. You know? The worst Southern accent ever. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. CS doesn't think he's awkward. Alex thinks he's awkward. Psycho Pearl said I'm an asshole. Frank said many awkward. Dude, I'm so awkward, man. All right. Anyways, so kind of go back where we were talking about. I guess my point here, guys, is if you were really bullish, you should have been buying here at like 25, 26K, right? The time to be buying, and I'm basically trying to save people from FOMOing into big pumps, because that is a recipe for disaster. Buy when no one wants to, okay? Right now, the news is bullish, so it seems like everyone wants to buy, okay? And that sometimes that sets you up for a little bit of danger. Because I know what typically happened, and typically what happens on stuff like this is no one wants to buy here. You get bullish news right into the bull market support band, which we've seen this before, going into that and getting rejected. Everyone buys on this top wick, thinking it's going to go to the moon, and then it pulls back, and then it starts to pull back. Everyone starts panic selling, and then it's the whole rigmarole again, right? Basically, just don't be buying shit on big pumps, man. Especially, you can get away with that when the market is euphoric. The market ain't euphoric right now. You know what I mean? You can get away with it, but we're not in that type of market right now, where you can get bailed out by FOMOing. Sometimes FOMOing works, you know, but I just don't think we're in that market right now. But anyways, let's talk about some scenarios. So if we get rejected here, whoop, still looking for this trend line to get hit at some point, right? This trend line, I just feel like it's gonna get hit, man. Right? We've bounced off this so many times. In my opinion, right? Since we broke below this, kind of like how we did in 2019, right? We broke below, we eventually hit this trend line. I think we're eventually going to hit this trend line. Either it's going to be a move down to hit it right now or the next few months, or it's going to be sideways for the next, 6 to 8 months, right? That's what I feel like is going to happen. Just because I can't be too bullish below this, right? If we get back above, all right, cool. We're off to the races. But I gotta, like I said, I'm not going to be too moon boyish when we're below the bull market support, man. Because throughout history, when we break in below this, we've seen bigger moves down, right? So just be cautious. Just be cautious, man. Just be cautious. And then when you get dips, like if we get another dip down, no one's going to be wanting to be buying shit. And that's when you're going to want to be buying, right? When no one wants to buy shit, I feel like right now everyone wants to. They're gonna get the ETF news, and if we do, great, dude. If it gets approved and we pump, dude, let's go. Let's go, man. Mike said, I've been buying because my average price was above here. Just trying to lower as much as I can. That's no problem, Mike. Mike, I'm talking for like, if you're just DCAing this year, you don't give a shit, that's fine, right? The problem is a lot of people say they don't give a shit and they're just going to DCA the whole year, but when the market tanks, they give a shit, right? It's easy to say now when the market's very calm, but if the market dumped another 20, 30, 40%, then you're going to give a shit, and that's kind of my point with that. But dude, if you're DCAing right now, that's fine. 27K, I don't think is going to be a higher price when you're looking into the future. Drew said, come work for me, Dan. I'll keep you busy. It's about staying busy. That's what I'm talking about, man. You got to stay busy right now. Stay busy, distract yourself, makes time go by faster. We're already in September. Shit, this year's almost over. I feel like this year just started. I remember in January when the market was at the lows and it was the conundrums. Now we're already in September. Shit. We got the halving less than 8. We got halving what? Halving's about 7 months away. Haha. Getting pretty close, which is cool. What would it mean for BTC if accepted by ETF? What coins will be connected to it? It's hard to know. The only coin that I know when Bitcoin dominance goes up, Stacks goes nuts. Stacks is the one you want to own when Bitcoin is daddy, right? If it's not altcoin season, Stacks seems to be the one that goes nuts. Exactly, Bernie. But Bernie's got the right idea. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. You know what? This is what I feel like. I feel like Bernie has got the big head. Let's bring on Bernie. Yo, what's going on? My name is Bernie Baldwin. Just keep buying every day. Buy a little bit more on every dip. Just don't run out of fiat. That is facts, man. Listen, if you can DCA every day but still have a cash on the side, that's the perfect scenario. My thinking is DCA, but don't go all in, because I said this the other day. The worst feeling ever is to go all in, but then if you have a massive crash, you don't have any cash to take advantage of people's capitulation. Right? That's the worst feeling when you know it's a good buy opportunity and you're like, frick, man, my favorite thing just like Bitcoin just dumped to 20K, or my favorite altcoin just dumped massively. I know this is a good buying opportunity, but you don't have any cash to buy it. That is the worst, right? You don't want to be in that position. That's why you never go all in, man. Never go all in. Because if you go all in, you don't have any cash left, it stretches you out a little bit, right? Because you're like, shit, man, if the market does go lower, and you're going to make stupid decisions if you do that. But if you always have some cash on the sidelines, you're not going to be as emotional about the market, Because then you don't really care what happens. If it dumps, boom, you got cash to buy lower. If it pumps, cool, you already got your stack. You're ready to rock and roll, Robert said, I'm not selling anything. An ETF approval could surprise happen and you would have to sit out the cycle. Facts. That's why you should always have a stack, man. Always have a stack. Always have a stack. Especially BTC. Especially BTC. My thinking is, and I've thought about this a little bit. I've done a little thinking lately. You know how we've always, and this is a little bit of a rant alert.
Rant alert.
You know how we've talked about a shitload recently about how there's so many altcoins in the market, and there's new ones coming out every damn day. And obviously we know that these ETFs are basically the Bitcoin ETFs. They're not crypto ETFs, right? What I think would throw a lot of people off, and this is just something I've been kind of thinking about recently. What I think would throw a lot of people off in this space is could you imagine the pain? And listen, this is just a thought process. If the ETFs get approved, right? Bitcoin starts running, right? And because these are Bitcoin ETFs, basically Bitcoin goes on a solo rally, right? Altcoins go up a little bit, right? But Bitcoin outpaces them. And because there's so many altcoins in the market, you can't spread, there's not enough money to be spreading into all these shits, man. And I've been saying that, like, there's not enough money to be thrown all those shits. You gotta make sure that you get into the good alts. Because there's I think we're approaching 30,000 altcoins now. There's just not enough money to be pumping all these things 20x like in 2021. 2021, there was like 1,000 altcoins. It's very different than 30,000. You know what I mean? What if Bitcoin went on a solo rally, left the alts in the dust? Alts went up a little bit, not as much as people wanted to, right? And then something happened, and then, everyone's expecting alt season, you don't get the alt season, right? But sort of thinking about that recently. And the one thing is because there's too many altcoins, man. Right? Everyone has a different favorite altcoin, but the problem is everyone's DCAing into different altcoins. That's the problem that we have. I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. That's why it's important, I think, to have you should have a Bitcoin bag, because there's always the possibility that something happens with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the one that runs. That's it. Mike said too many. There's way too many, man. Way too many. I actually thought this bear market was going to clear a lot of them out, but it really didn't. A lot of them are still holding up pretty strong. Let's see. He's going to say Bitcoin went way up and the altcoins did nothing. Exactly, Mike. Which I hope doesn't happen, right? I hope everything goes up. But it's a thought that I have. Let's see. All in and FOMO is the way. Nice, Judge. All right, what do we got? 926. What is Bitcoin doing? Absolutely nothing. Literally nothing at the moment. Yeah, so Bitcoin's just kind of sitting there. What's stocks doing? Stocks open in 4 minutes. We got stocks pretty much flat. S&P's flat. NASDAQ's flat. Russell's flat. Dollar is actually getting a pushback up after the PCE news. We actually got unemployment. Once again, dude, I don't understand this. Unemployment again comes in underestimates. 228 unemployed people. And the expected was 236. So once again, I mean, people aren't unemployed. You know what I mean? It's the same. I feel like it's the same narrative. It's like at some point the jobs market's going to freaking crash. Yeah, you still haven't seen it. And it's actually getting better. Last week was 330. Now it's 228. So that's another narrative that just keeps getting pushed. It's like, oh man, the jobs market. It just keeps going down. Later, Jib. See you, bro. Ronnie said everyone was looking at the 2019 cycle and forgetting about the 2015 cycle. Just saying. Yeah, Ronnie, I agree. But, even if we look at the 2015 cycle, right? So this is the perfect chart that summarizes my thoughts. Okay? Everyone's going to be calling for an extreme. Bears calling for 10K. Bulls calling for new all-time highs on ETF approval. You probably ain't going to get either. It's gonna be in between. Look where we are, right? This is where we are, right? This current price action is where we are. And then obviously the blue fractal is the 2015-2016 cycle. And the orange one is the 2019 and 2020 cycle, right? Look where we are. And look what happened to those two cycles from this point into the halving. You can see that it was boring. And that's what I'm expecting, right? I'm expecting max pain for both sides, where the bears don't really get the prices they want to buy at, and the bulls don't really get the prices they want to sell at. Just max pain, boring sideways, right? Until there's like no one left in this market, right? And you can see it. You know, obviously the longer we go sideways for, the more people lose interest, you know, and they kind of go do other things, right? So if you just look at where we are, I mean, from this point, right, this is where all the halvings were, right here, where this green line was, right here, right? We match it all up. That's why I'm kind of just expecting, you know, maybe we get a pump to 40K, right, on some massively bullish ETF news. Maybe we get a dump to 10, I mean, not 10K, 20K-ish, right? Fill that CME gap that we have at 20K on maybe some type of bearish news. I'm not expecting in either of the extremes, right? What gets the clicks? Calling for all-time highs or 10K. You know, at the end of the day, we probably don't see either if we're just being a realist. We probably just go sideways. Sideways, you know, it just depends. Like 2019, we went sideways / down at this point. 2016, we went sideways / up. so take your point, pick your poison, right? That's it though, right? Like, just be real, just be a realist. Oh, there goes my camera. Internal temperature too high. How? It's not even hot right here. Okay, let's just try this again. Let's try this again. ETF approval will pre-run the halving. Not a time to be a bear. I think that's kind of the consensus, though. That's what I worry about, right? White swan better. True. Bless you. So wait until a gung-go. Wait until a gung-go. Nah, just buy low, man. Buy low, don't buy the pumps. That's it. That's it. Buy low, don't buy the pumps. Rodney said, I think everyone is thinking Binance is going to fail. That will get the big dip. That is true. That's one of the FUDs. The FUDs are Binance collapsing and the economy shitting the bed. Everyone's afraid of the China thing right now too, because China seems like they're shitting the bed, and China is like a third. I think I saw something. China's like a third of the world's GDP, not a third of the world GDP, but it takes into account, like when you take account everything the China economy does for the world, it's like a third of the world GDP. So if the China economy shit the bed, that would be brutal. I think that's everyone's afraid of too, because you see all the shit they're doing over there in China. They're cutting taxes, right? They basically cut the interest rates on first and second home buyers. When countries start doing this stuff, that means they're desperate and something's going on over there. So something's going on in China over there. I think that's what a lot of people are fearful too, is like a global recession. Which, I mean, you don't really know. I mean, I'm not a macro economist, man. You know, I have no idea. China manufacturers, China FUD to buy low. True. China FUD. Let's see. Ben I don't think that's a real Ben Armstrong. We got Ben Armstrong in the chat. Good show, Jordan. Thank you for all your love and support. I'm coming back soon, better than ever. I don't think that's the real Ben Armstrong in the chat. I don't think he'd say that. Let's see. Jordan, we got 3 spots left. Let's freaking go. All right, guys, once again, if you want to join the Fantasy League, we got 3 more spots open in the Fantasy Football League. Get in the Discord, join the Fantasy Football League. 3 spots open, fellas. We need 3 spots to get filled. Get in there, fellas. We're doing the draft Sunday morning. Okay? Sunday morning, 10 a.m. is the draft. Get in there, and if you're not in there, I'll be very upset. Okay? If you like football, you're not in there, you're missing out because you're going to lose to me. I'm just saying. You're going to lose to your boy in fantasy football. Drew said, I'm a macroeconomist, and I can tell you yes. That's my analysis. Even I'd argue that macroeconomists are such pointless people. Most of them, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know shit either. It's like trying to predict the weather a month out. Good luck, man. All these macroeconomists were saying that the economy is going to shit the bed earlier this year, and obviously, like, it did way better than people expected. You know, the macroeconomists don't know shit. they do a lot of the same shit that retail does. They just read news headlines and go, oh, okay, cool. Oh, it looks like, okay, the news headlines are bearish. We must be going into a shitty time period. It's kind of what they do. You know? No one knows. The best thing I know is no one knows shit about F. Especially when they basically just base their analysis off news. If anyone based their analysis off news, they don't know shit. News is always wrong. The news is always late to the party. Like, if you get bullish off a news story, you're usually late, and you usually exit liquidity for the people that already knew about it. If you get bearish off of news, you're usually selling somewhere near the low. It's always how it is. News is always late. Always, man. Let's see. That Ben is your mom. Is it? Your mom changed to Ben Armstrong. Jordan's going to pick Mac Jones. Dude, I'm not picking Mac Jones. Mac Jones blows. Like, I'd rather... No, I'm going to give Mac Jones one more year. We had a horrible offensive coordinator last year. I'm going to give him one more year. If he doesn't pan out this year, he's gone. He's gonzo. And I hope the Pats draft another quarterback. Because, yeah, I one more year, man. And he's gone. Kramer says markets on a roll and are unstoppable. Oh, Lord. It's over that. It's over. It is absolutely over. Max said football is more commercials than actual football. That is facts. That is true. That is true, man. That's why sometimes you're better off just not watching the actual game and just watching like basically watching the plays without, like, there's some places you can find to watch the game after live. So if you don't care about watching it live, which watching it live is one of the biggest things, I think. No one likes to watch something that's not live. But if you don't care about watching it live, there's things you can watch it without the commercials. They basically cut out the commercials. That's the way to go, man, when it comes to football. Football was good before it got political. Everything's political nowadays, you know? Because the problem is, because of social media, you have to be political, bro. You can't. If you're not political nowadays, you just get crushed. You're not allowed to say anything. And if you say something that's different than the herd mentality, you get canceled, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Defeats the whole purpose of freedom of speech. But, you know, we don't have to talk about the U.S. and you know, why our whole country was started. You didn't want to pay taxes, freedom of speech, freedom of having a gun. All this stuff is going away, but, you know, no, it is what it is. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Bitcoin's still just holding 27 too, guys, so not too much yet. Jordan's stream ends bullish. Yeah, remember that happened the other day? Right? I ended the stream and like 20 minutes later we got the grayscale news. And we just got a massive pump. That was awesome. Maybe today it will be the same. So we know most likely the Blackrock ETF decision is going to be either today or tomorrow. It's not going to be on Saturday. So maybe when I end the stream today, we get some type of news. I don't know. Last time it happened, you know, and this would be the perfect time. We just had a massive, like, short liquidation, long liquidation. rinsed out both sides, right? I mean, either today or tomorrow would be the perfect time for this to get another move, either up or down. I still think a move up makes sense here. I still think we're going to test the highs one more time in the short term, right? So would be the perfect day for some type of news to drop to get a move up here to test the highs again. Would be perfect. Oh Lord, Larry, too soon, man. Too soon, man. Full moon. Oh yeah, was it? Wait, when's the actual full moon? Because I was told it was not actually yesterday, guys. All right, because when the full moon's out, the craziest start to come in. The full moon comes out when you got
Moo! It's the full moon. I'm going all in crypto.
It's crazy. If you actually believe in that shit, which I kind of do. People usually do act slightly crazier when it's the full moon. But if you actually believe in that shit, when it was yesterday, I knew it was the full moon yesterday. I knew it was. Thank you. I knew it was the full moon yesterday. Makes sense. It makes sense. So we got the full moon. The moon phases haven't been working recently, bro. The full moon lasts 3 days. Oh, perfect. So yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And what do you know? We got the Blackrock ETF decision date coming up on Saturday. Makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. You couldn't have it make more sense, actually, if we're going to be honest. All right. Besides that, fellas, trying to think if there's anything else really I want to talk about here. Altcoin market. It's about Bitcoin. It's about Bitcoin, and kind of bring it back. What we've been talking about is if we go look at Total 3, right? All we want to keep seeing for Total 3, just chop at these lows. Chop at these lows, make higher lows. Right? We had a low. This was like the third hit to the low here. 1, 2, 3. We had the third hit to the low for the altcoin market. We came up. We came down. We made a higher low. And like we've talked about for the rest of this year, it's all about us kind of just paving out a low down here, right? For the altcoin market. And the closer you can buy to these lows, right, the better buy opportunity you probably have on the altcoin market. So right now it's about just higher low, right, up, higher low, and just paving out higher lows for the rest of this year and just kind of working it out in here. For the whole altcoin market, you'll have ones that pump more, ones that dump more, whatever. But for the overall altcoin market, which once again, the news that's coming out right now, and I'm not fully convinced on the news really just yet, but if you believe it's super bullish, right? It's Bitcoin news, okay? It's Bitcoin news, not altcoin news. Just remember that, right? So, yeah, just remember that. But altcoin market, we're just looking to pave out lows for the next, what is it? We got 4 months left in this year. Probably just going to chop in here for another 4 months, right? Get it in your head. Don't be thinking that we're going to moon in the next 4 months. I highly doubt it. And yeah, that's it, man. Did you guys saw the moon landing? What did you say, Bosh?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you said something.
No.
Should I sell my house for Bitcoin? No. You should not take any type of loan or sell anything of value. Like I always see that end badly. I never see that really end in a success story. You know what I mean? I never really see that. That's just too risky. Crypto's too risky of an asset class to be doing something like that. The moon landing of India. I did. I don't know if I believe it though. Do we have videos? I've always said this, man. I saw a news article headline of India going to the moon. Now, you guys know my take. I've ranted about this many, many times. I need...
It's just a crap though. I don't think that they had humans going there.
Oh, even more than I don't believe it. I need video evidence. Who is Ben Armstrong? It's 5:43 in Dubai and I'm feeling good. I'm sure you are, Ben, over there in Dubai. You know? I'm sure you are, man. It's a coincidence that you wanted to go to Dubai. I'm not going to get into that either. Anyways, yo, Bath! Good morning, man. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I am having a fantastic day, Bath. Bath, I'm having a fantastic day, man. Fantastic day, dude. I cannot complain. You know, no one can complain. Anyone that's in the chat right now, you can't complain about your day. You can't complain today. Today's a great day. You're here. You're able to have the time to watch a stream, which means you have internet. You're doing better than 80% of the world, fellas. All right? There's no time to complain. Franco said BB. Oh my God, man. God, it's so crazy how the sentiment changes in this space. Guys, don't believe everything that you hear, right? For both sides, I'd say. You know? Let's see. CSI blocks those videos because they don't want the normies to know. Because I you know my take. I don't think we've ever been to the moon. I don't think we've ever been to the moon. I'm just saying it. I honestly, the older I get, with the technology that we have, right? The more I actually don't believe that even like, not that space isn't real, but you guys ever see the movie with Jim Carrey, where he's in that freaking globe thing, and he's basically just living his life. He thinks he's living a normal life, but everyone's actually an actor. That movie kind of woke me up a little bit. How do we know we're not just all in one of this giant globe, and the sky is basically just the globe? And because basically all we're basically told that, okay, that's up there, but have anyone us been up there? No, we're just told that. You know, the Truman Show. The Truman Show, man. Yeah. Listen, you might think it's crazy, but so did he. You know what I mean? You might think it's crazy, man. And I'm not saying everyone here is an actor. I think we're all living our life, right? I don't think everyone's an actor. But, you know, how do we know up there is actually up there? We don't really. We're only told that. Simulation theory. Yeah, and that goes exactly with simulation theory. Exactly. Exactly, man. The universe is a simulation. I totally agree. I think actually humans are computers. You might not think of us that way, but humans are computers too. Our brain is a computer. I think we just have a depth and programmed computer where it's not made out of metal. It's made out of, you know, obviously different substances. We think of computers as made out of like metal and plastic and shit like that. Our brain's just made out of something else, but it's a computer too. You know? I can rant about this shit all day. What's going on, Scorpion? But it was like that in the 60s. They didn't have no technology like today. It was like that in the 60s. Well, that's my point. I mean, we went to the moon so long ago. We have technology that has just advanced like crazy over the past 80 years, but yet we don't have like, dude, like that's why I think like a lot of the alien shit is bullshit.
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive. Yeah, it's too expensive, my ass. Especially for the US, they taxing us freaking 50% of our income over here. The frick is this shit? You know what I mean? Too expensive, my ass. I'm on Windows 98. I've been told I'm a robot. I'm running BathBot. V0914. Yeah. You watch Silo? I never watched that, man. I never watched that. I never watched that, dude. Why do I... Hold on. So Bitcoin is still kind of just like seeing what it wants to do here. We might test 26.8. That's our previous range high, 26.8. We could still come and back test that. Excuse me, I'm burping. It's because the aliens kicked us off. The alien shit is bullshit. I've realized over the past like couple months, I've realized the alien shit is bullshit. We all have smartphones, but yet and thousands of people have seen aliens, yet none of us have videos of them. It doesn't add up to me. I think it's all bullshit. You notice how the aliens are always around the U.S.? Yes. But that could also just be because we hear that on the news. They could be in other places too. We just don't hear it because they're not on the news over here. You check the DXY? Yeah, the DXY is getting a little bouncy bounce. I still think the DXY is coming up to test this high. 105.7776. Right? Because you broke this low, you broke this low, you deviated the low, came back into the range. You broke out from this trend line. Still think we're going to see the top of the range. 105. 105. And then in that case, you got the stock market, which actually is doing pretty well today, which is good. So NASDAQ's still moving up. S&P's still moving up. You got everything still moving up. And Bitcoin just kind of chilling there. Oh, come on. Come on, bro. Camera's going bye-bye, guys. I have a video of a UFO I took. I'll send you. Come on, Drew. Drew. Video of a UFO. Do you know how many videos of UFOs I've seen? Unless I actually see, I don't believe anything is a UFO. Unless I actually see a flying saucer that's not a blurry image, okay, with an alien sitting in a window, okay, waving at me, I ain't gonna believe it, okay? Because every video of a damn UFO is from miles away. You know what I mean? Like, it's from miles away. You can't see shit. You know, it's blurry. It seems like it was taken in the 1960s. But yet we all have HD smartphones. You know? Blows my mind. The simulation is making me poop. Be right back. Beth, just bring the phone and watch me when you're on the pooper, man. Based off of statistics, 30% of you guys are on the toilet right now. I always like to say this. Let me know in the chat if you're on the toilet. I am not on the toilet. Maybe I am, actually. Maybe I stream from the toilet every day just in case I have to go, you know? Maybe I am. I'll show you. Yeah, but it could be the same theory. They have a filter on it to hide it. The filter? Could be the filter. Would you believe it if the alien shows his arse out the window instead of waving? Yeah, if he wants to show his ass, I'll believe it too. As long as it's green. Because apparently everyone thinks the aliens look the same. And it's funny because everyone always depicts the aliens looking the same. Right? They're all like these like Martian looking creatures. Right? But yet, like, you don't, like, it's okay. We don't have any video or picture of any of them. You know? Poop! Franco said, seriously, a lot of the time I watch Jordan, I'm pooping. Yeah. Especially in the morning, man. You got to take your morning poop. The morning poop is crucial. Crucial. Because the problem is, if you don't take your morning poop, at some point throughout the day, you're going to be busy and you're going to go, oh, God. Oh, God. And you're not going to be able to go. And it's going to be painful. And it's going to be a painful time, right? You never want to be in the situation where you're going, oh God. You never want to be in that situation. Wes said, I have a video I took of a shit in a UFO. Okay. Show me. Show me it. I'll look at it. If that's the proof we got. I hate pooping when I'm not at home because home is where my... Oh, God. Well, yeah. Pooping on your own toilet is always better, man. The problem when you poop in public is sometimes it's a one stall, and you get the worst is when you're just trying to relax and take a poop and you got someone waiting out there and you have to pinch it off. It's the worst. It's the worst, man. Speaking of, I feel mine coming. I'm being serious. This poop talk's making me have to poop, guys. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna stay on until until it gets really bad. But I can hear the stomach grumbling. I can really hear it grumbling, guys. It's getting brutal over here. Bitcoin's coming down a little bit, 27,102. So let's see if we can get some action on the stream. Do we come in? Do we spike the 26.8 level? That is kind of what we're watching at this point. You got stocks moving up still, dollars moving up, and Bitcoin's moving down. Classic. Classic. See if we can get a little bit of a move here on the corn. Let me go to the 4 hour. It's nothing, not enough price action there. We'll stick to the 1 hour. Why not? Kevin said this stream is going bearish. As soon as we get some green candles, it'll be bullish. that's how, unfortunately, that's how crypto streams work. All right. 26.8. Let's see what we got. Don't hold it. Big Don, that's funny, man. That turtle head popping out. Chat really moves when it comes to aliens. That is true. The chat moves faster when we talk about non-crypto stuff. And you guys, some of you guys complain when I talk about non-crypto stuff. You know what I mean? When I talk about crypto stuff, the chat goes. I talk about poop. You know what I mean? The engagement flies on. Not that I really care about that, but it seems like we're more interested in aliens and poop at the moment than the Bitcoin price. Oh man, chat loves UFOs. They do, man. All right, Bitcoin's gonna troll us right now. We're right at the 15-minute 200. That's a key point. I want to see what we did last time. What did we do last time down here? Are we doing something similar? Let's see. All right, so we kind of chopped. We got a big move up, crashed back down to support, and then we end up going sideways for a while. So if it's anything like this low, just on a small time frame, you guys can see we got the crash, right? Crashing structure, big move up, spiked up, crashed back down to range low, and then we went sideways for a little bit. So I'm curious. We got the crashing structure, spike up to the highs. At this point, do we see sort of a sideways range form here in for the next few, for the either today and tomorrow until we get this Blackrock news? I think that's going to be the thing that kind of pushes us one way or the other here. Is that announcement? I think that's what the market's waiting for right now. And I told you guys, I'm not even fully convinced that getting approved is like I said, you're going to initially get a move up, but is it going to be a sustained move up? We'll see. There it is. You need a 9 crypto channel. Alien poop is a hot keyword for your next video thumbnail. Oh, man. Yorkshire Reefer said the train is about to leave the station. I hope so, man. I'm hoping so. I am hoping so. Rico said 12K incoming. Let's do a poll. We haven't done a poll in a while. I want to see what the general consensus is in here, guys. What comes first for Bitcoin? I want to see. We're gonna do some interesting price levels. Let's do. I'm gonna do 32K and Let's do 24K. I guess, yeah, I guess that's 24. So I guess making new highs or breaking that previous low. Let's see what the chat thinks. 32K, 24K. Which one comes first, guys? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Do we make new highs? Or do we break the June low? Pretty much is what the question's asking. Which one comes first, guys? Let me know what you think. Woods and Waters said they're talking about selling everything to buy BTC. Jesus said 15K this weekend. 15K this weekend. 55%. All right, so right off the bat, we've got a very high bullish sentiment. It's so funny, man. 2 days ago, it was like 60 something percent was bearish. You gotta love this market, man. Tell him to get his social credit out of. Oh my god, you guys are funny, man. Wayne said Jordan is trying to set up his next trade based on your response. I kind of already got the sentiment down. To me, and I said this, it's like sentiment's not always like bread and butter. Sometimes you can have bullish sentiment and you still go up. Sometimes you have bearish sentiment, you still go down. But I noticed that the instant sentiment change on something that we talked about, that we were already expecting before the news. Even if the news didn't happen, I was still expecting a move up to the bull market support band, right? And that was the real test. So far, we got rejected. That could change, though, over the next 2 days. But it's just funny how, like, you get a move up, like, that could just end up being a bearish retest. We don't know yet. And then the sentiment just changes like that. You know what I mean? The sentiment changes like that. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. 20K capitulation event, then off to the races. It'll be interesting to see. Nature said that there's always a flop before the hard rise. The question is, was this enough of the flop? Was this the flop of the flop? You know? That's the big question. Because I can, right now, honestly, I can see it both ways. I can see the bearish retest for then a push down to the trend line that we've been talking about. But I can also see, because what's the thing that we were talking about before that dump? Was the hash ribbons buy signal. And what did we talk about the hash ribbons buy signal? A lot of times you see one big red candle, and then after that, sort of marks a low, and then you start seeing upside after that, right? And everyone was at 25K was kind of laughing at the hash ribbon signal, right? Saying, oh, how did the hash ribbon buy signal play out? Well, the thing is, and we knew this going into it, that sometimes it takes a few weeks for it to play out, right? So I can also see the point where if we get back above that bull market support band, once again, the hash ribbon signal plays out again, right? Because it's a longer term indicator. It's not day by day. It's just basically when you get this, you should be looking for buy opportunities, right? That's basically what this means, right? It's not like, oh, it flashes now, buy whatever the price is at the current moment. It's look for some buying opportunities, right? So if this flashes and everyone starts laughing at it, right? But we get back above that bull market support band, boom. Then all of a sudden, it's looking very, very good. You know, it just, for me, like I said, I need to see us get back above here. We get back above here, things are looking very good. But in the meantime, you know, it's hard to know where we are, right? Like, because if you look here, we got this, right? We did get few more weeks of like kind of wicked action back down, but then obviously we got back above. But then we had the COVID crash, you know, and I never know what to think about the COVID crash. Was the COVID crash a black swan, or is it really just we never back tested this bottom range and it was just a back test a year later, right? And that was kind of just the reason that we got that back test, you know? That's why I'm looking at this and saying, we already back tested the range low, right? We already like this was our range low down here. We already back tested it. So it's kind of unlike the COVID crash, because COVID crash, we retested the range low, but we already did that now. It's an interesting time, man. Interesting time. That's why I think it's good to have some skin in the market in case we don't go lower, but to also have some cash on the sidelines in case we do, right? It's a very interesting time. I'd be scared to be completely out of the market, and I'd also be scared to be all in the market. It's that kind of market where you don't know. So that's why you're better off having some cash and being in the market. You know? Ben is your friend. Oh my God. Why are we talking about this, guys? Why, you know the market's boring when that's what we're talking about still. You know? To me, it's a very simple situation. You know? Like I said, I'm not going to give my full... I don't want to talk about that just because everyone and their mother talking about that. And it's not... It is what it is. Like at this... I thought my point in the situation is I don't think that they would kick him off his own show, knowing that he is the show, right? And knowing that there's a good chance that the channel is probably not going to make it without him unless there was an actual valid reason for them to do that, right? That just is what it is. Like, he is that channel. I'm probably never going to watch that channel again if he's not on there. And I think that's how most people are. I watch that channel for him. Not because he's giving me some crazy insight, but no, I like when he freaking rants and shits on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's entertaining, right? No one's going to watch that channel if he's not on there, right? That's what I'll say about that. But I also don't think they would do that knowing that the channel's not going to make it without him, right? At the same point, I mean, let's be honest. People like watching him for his rants. He can just start another channel and be just fine. And at this point, you're probably just better off doing that, right? So you don't have all these ties. He can't go back there, right? I think everyone understands that too. After something like this, you can't go back. He ain't going back there. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be awkward as shit. The vibe is going to be horrible, right? You can't go back now. You know, and that's what I'll say about that. He should just start his own channel and do what he needs to do. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know? You know what I'm saying? So I know everyone's on BitBoy's side, and I get that because everyone wants him back. But they wouldn't have kicked him off his channel unless he did something really, really seriously wrong, right? And I don't know anything. That's just my logical way of thinking about it. You know what I mean? I understand everyone wants it back. He just needs to make his own channel. I'd watch his new channel because I like watching BitBoy just for his crazy rants and his craziness, right? That's my take. We need the Ben versus TJ steel cage match. That is true. That is true. The Ben versus TJ. Ben would be like, "Come at me, bro. Come at me." TJ would be like, "I'm not coming at you. Why are you going to come at me, bro? I don't want anything to do with that." It's in the monotone voice. Oh, man. Let's see. Franco, that's horrible, man. He said he didn't cheat. I don't know anything. I don't know any of the rumors, guys. I don't know the rumors. Franco said he didn't cheat on his wife. Women don't want Ben. That's brutal, man. Let's see. Who knows? Guys, I don't know anything, so I'm not. That's all I'll say about the situation. He just needs to start his own channel. It's going to be awkward if he goes back. He's not going to go back, and it is what it is. All right. Man, come on, BTC. Let's do something here. Let's do something today. Let's do. What do we got? Let me see what the poll is. All right, so now everyone's bearish. I think it's because I commented that everyone was bullish. Now everyone changed their, well, didn't change their vote, but now everyone's voting 24K, so it seems like everyone's bearish now. It could just also be because the current candle's red. We know how typically people vote whichever way that the Bitcoin price action is currently going. So right now it's currently going down on the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to get more bearish peeps. If we get a little bounce here, guess what? We'll be right back to bullish. Never change, never change. All right, guys. If I had to guess of this poll, 32K or 24K? Man. I would say that you know, that's a tough call right now. That is a really, really tough call. Just because there are so many different things that can sway the market right now. Because I mean, if we're just going based off the charts, if we're squarely going based off the charts, I'm gonna be honest. I actually think that 24K would be more likely. If I'm just squarely going based off the chart, I would say that it's more likely we see 24K first before 32K. Now, I also know, and I'm not that dumb to know that sometimes you can get one of these things like some crazy thing where, like, say every one of these companies, they just accept all the ETFs all at once tomorrow. Bitcoin's going to get a short-term pump, right? It's going to get a short-term pump. It's going to go where it wants to go. It's Bitcoin's going to Bitcoin, right? So I'm also not dumb enough to know that. And that's why I ain't selling my Bitcoin here to buy back at 24K, even though maybe it's more likely. That's why I'm sitting on my stack, because I also know there's a possibility this thing just rips, you know? So that's what I'll say about the situation. Come on, Bitcoin, stop sucking ass. Stop. He said stop sucking ass. I don't think Bitcoin sucks ass. Right now, Bitcoin sucks the penis. Lord. Maya spraying for bugs in the background. Them cockroaches are no joke. Facts. I haven't really seen them lately, though. There was a few of them for a little bit, but they haven't been here recently. Yes. All right, guys. I'm getting the frick out of here. All right? Enjoy the rest of your day. Bitcoin looks to be kind of just chilling over here, so we'll see. It's done this a few different times. But at the same time, it's like, if we do see this dip, what we really want to do is hold this 26.8 level. Like, you actually got the 1 hour EMA coming up here too. If we do see something like this, we want to see this just hold as a back test, right? We want to see this hold as a back test of this high, and then us go higher. The ultra bearish scenario is Bitcoin starts breaking back into this old range. If it breaks back into this old range, it's got to be looking pretty brutal. You know what I mean? It's got to be looking pretty brutal in the short term, because then you just, like I said, you just completely erase that whole pump that you had 2 days ago, right? And when you see a bullish move up just get completely erased instantly, that's bearish as shit, right? Because if a grayscale ETF news, which I actually think is the most bullish news you could possibly get right now, can't hold, that ain't looking good. But so 26.8 is the big level to hold here, fellas. That's the big level. If we do see this low break. At the end of the day, expect that Blackrock ETF news. The Blackrock ETF news is going to happen today or tomorrow, most likely. Tomorrow is probably a little bit more likely just because it's Friday. The XRP news came out, I think, on a Friday. Grayscale was on a Tuesday. We know a lot of those news things usually happen on Tuesdays and Fridays, right? So I would more so expect that tomorrow. There's a possibility it's today. Who the frick knows? But anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Later. Pump the Febreze. Take it easy. And once again, guys, look for opportunities on dumps. Don't look for opportunities on pumps. Unless you're looking to short. If you're looking to short, by all means, look for opportunities on pumps. Later. Peace. Catch you guys later. Later! Now I need a... Oh. What the heck? Oh, God. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. Oh, God. Later, guys.